We begin your early news with a breaking news update. A search in the Porcupine Mountains is over with a successful end. 8-year-old Nanti Nimi was found safe this afternoon, 49 and a half hours after he got separated from his family members on a camping trip. Now, the Hurley School District posted about the news on Facebook. This picture you see on your screen shows the boy on the back of a man who was among the searchers. That man is 18-year-old Eli Talsma. This next photo shows the second grader posing with Talsma and 18-year-old Colin Gauthier of the search team. Now, Nimi is holding a bottle of water and a granola bar. Search party volunteers found the boy about 2 miles from his campsite. 2 miles to be clear. He braved the elements by taking shelter under a log where he was ultimately found. We are hearing from Gauthier and Talsma about the moments leading up to this.
He had like a white Champion hoodie, and that was a little bit dirty, but like he like walked up right to me. He was like, "Eli?" And I'm like, "Nanti, how are you doing?" Like, I thought he was gonna be all like really like sick or something. He was just like, "Oh, how are you doing, Eli? Were you looking for me?" And he was just saying, you couldn't even tell he was in the woods. Like,
he's a smart kid, that kid. He knew everything to do, right? I mean, the last day, he said pretty much since last night, he sat in the same spot and he just waited. He knew people were going to find him. He knew people were looking for him. So he just sat in the same spot and waited for help.
And he was really smart because one of the first things we asked him was like, have you had anything to eat, or have you been drinking anything? And he said, no, I didn't want to drink any of that water because it would have got me sick. And like, he was just saying how he didn't really have anything to eat. So he just had like a couple handfuls of snow and he just didn't eat none. And he was really, and then he said every little bit of snow or mud he would see, he would stomp his boots in it so we could see his tracks to track them.
Absolutely remarkable. Now, the Michigan State Police say the boy is in good health and now reunited with his family. Low temperatures had been in the mid to upper 40s over the past 2 days. A little over a quarter inch of rainfall had also fallen since Saturday. Another volunteer sent us a video which shows the emotional moments as this group of the search team that you see posed for a picture with Nimi.
That kid's tougher than all of us put together.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Oh my God, Nancy.
All right. Let's see your boots.
Troopers from the Michigan State Police Wakefield Post led the search with more than 150 search and rescue personnel from MSP and local police partners. Now, for some perspective, the Michigan State Police Mobile Command Center was set up just outside the Presque Isle River area campground that you see now on the map. That's on the far western edge of the state park in Gogebic County, north of Wakefield and very close to Lake Superior. TV6's Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter Colin Jackson has been in the area all day talking to the search teams. We will bring you the latest coverage available on your TV6 News throughout the night. And the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app also will keep you informed on breaking news like this in Upper Michigan. You can sign up for push alerts on the settings page of the app. Make sure your breaking news alerts are turned on to get the latest news updates from the TV6 newsroom.
New tonight, a lost 8-year-old boy from Hurley, Wisconsin has been found safe after more than 2 days of searching. He disappeared while returning to his family's campsite in the Porcupine Mountains. TV6's Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter Colin Jackson was on the scene today to get the details on the second grader's rescue.
Many prayers were answered as rescue teams located and safely brought 8-year-old Nanti Nimi to his family. Nimi had been lost in the woods of the Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park for 49 and a half hours.
He was found at approximately 1:30 p.m. Central Time today by some local search and rescue personnel sheltering under a log. And he had been circling that particular area yesterday and for part of last night.
He was in a zone rescue teams had already searched. However, because Nimi was walking in a circle around the area, rescuers didn't spot him initially. The rescue team that eventually found Nimi included Eli Talsma and Matthew Tingstad. According to Tingstad, he saw and reported tracks at 6:30 Sunday night, 2 miles from South Boundary Road. He also says that Nimi was found around 300 yards from this location.
Then today we proceeded and I called up a couple of friends that I know that are pretty capable of getting around in the woods. We devised a plan first thing this morning and we executed a plan and We found the subject.
Talsma says that the group 50 yards to his east started calling out for Niemi and discovered him. A friend of Niemi, he was brought in to be a familiar face for if he was found.
As soon as I heard that, I just grabbed my bag that was on the ground and I started sprinting over to him. And I get over this little tiny hill and all I see is his little tiny white sweatshirt, and he goes, "Eli?" And I just ran up over to him and I gave him the biggest hug, and I was so relieved once I saw him.
Talsma used a carrier pack to transport Niemi out of the woods due to his fatigue. On the way back, Niemi told them about what had gone on during his time alone. This included following blue marks on trees and spotting search helicopters.
One night he was sleeping and he said a helicopter flew over him and woke him up. And then the next day when he was standing walking around, a helicopter flew over him. He was like, yeah, the guy was wearing a green helmet.
Niemi left with his family to go home to Hurley after his rescue. Wickstrom notes that Niemi was found in good health and unharmed, and asked to call his mom to reassure her once he was found. Colin Jackson, TV6 News, Gogebic County.
Thank you, Colin. Niemi was found 2 miles from his family's campsite. The boy spent 2 nights alone in the woods, where temperatures dropped to the mid-40s. About a quarter-inch of rain also fell while he was missing. The 8-year-old told rescuers he was careful not to drink water he found in the woods because he didn't want to get sick. He had eaten some snow, and he also left some muddy tracks around to help rescuers find him.